books. Can't escape from the team. Call the morning steam. It's time to break, run for cover. Bet's gonna call the morning steam. It's time to break, run for cover. Bet's gonna cover. Bet's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice or might play a parlay. It's the morning steam. What? Ramon Scott. Sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money. You know how we do it.
System playing.
And a pleasant good morning to you coming from the sports betting capital of the world, Las Vegas. This is Ramon Scott, and welcome to the Morning Steam Show here for Wednesday, July 2nd. It's Major League Baseball. Double your pleasure. Let's play two today in the major leagues as we get ready for a big 18-game card with 3 doubleheaders and a makeup, a continuation of a game from yesterday with the wild weather around the country. Hey, I was even affected here. So going to get these games going here hopefully today. That gives us plenty of day action, gives us baseball all day in a day that, well, there's baseball and then there's baseball. But we do also have a little bit of important soccer action tonight at the CONCACAF Gold Cup, including United States in action, Mexico in action, not against each other, but games that they can and should win tonight in the knockout stage in order to advance at the CONCACAF Gold Cup. Could it be tonight in the finals in Houston, the United States and Mexico? As it should be. We'll see. U.S. and Guatemala, Mexico and Honduras semifinals of the CONCACAF Gold Cup tonight. St. Louis will be the host of the game between the U.S. and Guatemala, and the Mexico-Honduras game is in Santa Clara. And those will be, got something else to look at tonight. Hey, hopefully you guys were able to join us yesterday with our dual stream with Sharpie's picks, as we've had Major League Baseball coverage yesterday here on the channel, and some ups and some downs for sure there as we focused in on the major leagues. But the big event last night was the WNBA Commissioner's Cup, and I got one right. I don't know if, I was in the minority, I think for sure, in the game last night in the WNBA Commissioner's Cup final. I had the Indiana Fever in the game against the Minnesota Lynx. Yeah, we had them here on the show. We took them on the happy hour. We said we were on the money line. We got on the money line a little more. I had the Indiana Fever as my pick in the WNBA Commissioner's Cup. And also I had over at Tony'sPicks.com the high roller pick winner on the under, in never in a doubt. With the under, the teams are going to play defense, of course, when there's $500,000 on the line for them. So off to a good start to the second half, I guess, of the season. I don't know what it represents there, the WNBA Commissioner's Cup final, but it is the Indiana Fever that win the Commissioner's Cup, and it was an exciting game, even though really it was a lot of Indiana yesterday to take that down. So also did have some winners yesterday. Real quick, I'll just touch on it in soccer with our FIFA Club World Cup. We did have here on the picks yesterday. Let me get these straight. Monterey and Dortmund. We had the pick on the over yesterday as our VIP selection in the 2-1 Dortmund win. And we also had Dortmund there yesterday with our pick on the happy hour. Thank you. Gosh, got to get that right. Also, tennis action underway at Wimbledon. Didn't get off to the on time, but we got the game, the matches rolling here right now. And I did go 2-1 with my super high rollers over there at Tony'sPicks.com. And hopefully you are on board with me with my picks here on the winnable.com site, where I went 9-4 yesterday with our 13 plays. So hopefully you were involved in those, and we're already here. Let's take a look. The first, we have a final in. It was Sonny Cartel with another win here. Cartal wins over Tomova. I think that's our first result of the day here. We didn't have a public pick on that, but Cartal gets the win there today. First match, I believe, the first final in from Wimbledon. So hey, there's plenty of plays over there. Let me plug the picks here, because you can still get plenty of plays with me. Some of them are off, but go over to winnable.com if you want to play some tennis here today. I've got 6 matches, or I started the day anyway with 6 matches on the men's side, 6 matches on the women's side. And we're just underway, really, in the action here. Just a few matches have gone off. So if you're ready to roll with me after a 9-4 day, really 11-5 on the premiums, if you combine my picks over at Tony's Picks and over here with my Sports Money Winnables, Sports Money Plays at winnable.com. Hey, I'm on a good roll here. That's what we waited for. We're on the grass court. Let's go. Over at Wimbledon. Click the QR code in the lower right-hand corner of the screen. That'll take you over to my winnable page. And you can get the picks for just 50 cents a day when you subscribe for 1 month at $19.95. Use the promo code STEAM at checkout, and that'll save 20% off the premium picks. And so, hey, I have a pretty good card going, I'll tell you right now. And we'll have a few more plays for you here on the show, towards the end of the show anyway, but some of my plays are underway, and there's still more to come. So check them out over at winnable.com and at tonyspicks.com. Okay. Appreciate that. Now let's keep it rolling here right now with our recap of Major League Baseball from yesterday. Pretty fun day that we did get the games in there. And yes, we were with Sharpie last night watching some of the best pitchers in the game, try to get their work done. But let me say hello actually to a few folks in here anyway as we get the show started. Here, Nick Handy was first today. And also, gosh, I keep forgetting to make sure we talk about the community leaderboard. I think it's becoming, we're taking it for granted. Nobody even uses it, but I want to use it. So let me go over there and check out who's here, who's leading the community leaderboard. Is it Blue? All right. Andrew K here. He says, hey, there I am today. Dortmund was my play there yesterday, right? And Timmy says, you'd think that you bet the New York Tampa game and they'd be good enough to get a game out of it. I think that's what it says there. Good morning to NYC Bar. He saw me there picking Indiana yesterday. SF Niner had a nice day as well. Laker Boy says Angels last night was his play. He's made 3 dimes here. And hey, Laker Boy, thank you very much. Appreciate you. Good morning. Tony Cobbs had a big day yesterday, 12-5. I'm so glad you guys are hot. Truth Teller, hello. He had the win. Thank you. He had a series bet win there. And SF9 says, these Angels, what can you say? They had a really bad streak. They're really not a very great team, it looks like. But I don't know. Seems like they're hanging in there a little bit, right? To there yesterday. All right. And let's see here. Truth, most books, most books grade when they have series. They don't offer it as if you were putting your play, just check your rules. I don't want to be wrong on every book. But usually in a 4-game series, the books are making lines on a 3-game series and choose the first 3 games. of a series. That's how books do series betting. Check your books. It could be different, but most books treat series bets first 3 games, even if it's a 4-game series. Okay, and here Big Scott talking about the KBO last night. Yeah, I had a little package together of free plays there in the KBO last night with a couple of plays there. So hey, if you're on, I talked about the winnable plays. We do have some free plays that go out there, and last night we did go in the KBO with, let's see here, Hanwha. Let's see. No, that was a loss. I thought we had a loss in KBO. I had a loss in KBO last night. Maybe it's a setup chat there, but we did have winners in. I don't know if we had any overnight winners, actually. I didn't get the finals. We're just kind of rolling in here a little bit, or maybe I'm rolling in here a little bit. All right, appreciate that. Hey, Red Sox Smash says Nasty Nate talking Red Sox baseball today. And let's see here. There's Blue. He's got it going on here with us today. And NYC Bar says the Angels are a good team. Truth Teller had the Blue Jays in that series with the Yankees. We're just seeing a win here coming down right now. Madison Keys is celebrating here a victory right now. Let's get the scores of this one. Keys with a win this afternoon as the action rolls on here at Wimbledon, and Madison Keys wins over Danilovich 6-4, 6-2. How about that there with Madison Keys advancing? We're coming down some finals here right now in some of these early matches. So there's matches still to come here just in a few moments starting up. All right, Harrison the Hustler. Great to have him here as well. And let's see what else we've got. Let's see here. SF Niners talking a little tennis. My tennis picks are up there, SF Niner. I'll have a few more. But definitely in deep right now after coming off such a strong day. We still have one kind of match still alive that I gave out on the Morning Steam show yesterday. Remember with Nakashima and against me and you and Yunchiketi Boo. All right. Truth Teller's got some runs there. And Big Scott says, remind me to call you out on that. Yeah, I think I didn't have a great night last night in the Asian baseball. You know, I've been inconsistent because Wimbledon's been so deep. But once we got past the 64 matches per day, I was able to get a little bit of action here last night. But I think I'm going to need some tennis to win to make up for that Asian baseball there. Okay, anyway, USA and Guatemala in that Gold Cup. Cliff Floyd here today. Hi, Cliff. And there's that address for winnable.com, and use the promo code STEAM. So that's part of the action here today. All right. Thanks for joining me, everybody. Where is our audience? And hey, we don't want to bury the lead here, okay? We want to send our well wishes to Red Panda. Oh, just an awful. Everyone is worried today. Is Red Panda? We're awaiting the updates. Will Red Panda need an MRI? Will Red Panda will she need time off here? Is she going to have her schedule interrupted after Red Panda fell off her unicycle during halftime of the WNBA Commissioner's Cup game? She could not do her routine. It looks like she may have had an injured wrist possibly there from her fall off of her unicycle. Oh, just awful news last night with Red Panda. Hope Red Panda's okay. You got to be flipping those bowls, if you know what I mean. If you know, you know. Did anybody get the latest on Red Panda? I need to look for it here. Are we on the air here? I can't even find the Sports Money Network on my YouTube over here. I thought I followed them. I thought I was a part of the Sports Money Network, but right now I can't even find the show. Oh, well, I don't even know how YouTube works, I guess. All right, let me talk some baseball here, and I'll try to find out what my life is like over here with Sports Money. I don't know why I can't figure it out. I'm new to the internet, I guess. There we go. All right, let me quickly, I'll go over the community leaderboard here. Now I see myself. I'm on the air. And let's take a look at the community leaderboard. NYC Bar, Truth Teller, SF Niner, Big Scott, Josh is on there. I know he goes by another name. Blue is on there too. You know, everybody, the names are a little different. Harrison the Hustler, Nasty Nate, Cliff Floyd, and Andrew K on the community leaderboard. Top fans. All right. Truth Teller says he's got Brooksby here. And, well, I'll just say, you know, I don't want to just, okay, he lost the first set, so I can say it too. I'm on Brooksby there, plus 4.5 games there. And what did happen, SF Niner, right? What happened there? I don't know. She fell off, and Nasty Nate says, could the Celtics end up with Damian Lillard? What a weird story, right? Everybody says, oh, you know, boy, they're really doing Giannis wrong. Is Giannis leaving? Is, you know, they get rid of Dame? What's really going on here? You can't tell me you don't run things by Giannis, right? I don't know what's going on either necessarily, but that one's a little tough to figure out. We'll see where Damian Lillard lands. How do you end up releasing Damian Lillard? He's had that awful injury there. Man, that was really strange. What's going on? Let's have a winning day, and Harrison likes the Padres. Why? All right. Let me go over some of the action from last night, then we'll start the show. We've only got the baseball, really, so no big deal here. But I do want to cover some of this baseball results, at least from yesterday, where we had some winners here on the show, including Toronto on Canada Day. We had the Toronto Blue Jays there yesterday over the Yankees here on the show. Yeah, we took them on the run line, but that's okay. We'll take credit there for the win. Blue Jays end up crushing the Yankees yesterday. George Springer, grand slam and 7 RBIs as Toronto won on Canada Day. That was great. Also, we had a winner on the Cover the Spread show. Check me out on the Cover the Spread show on YouTube. I said go under with the Cardinals and the Pirates yesterday in that game with Paul Skeens up against Andre Pallone. Did it go under? I think it did. The final score was 1-0, was it yesterday? Pittsburgh over St. Louis. Game was scoreless. I know that. After 7 innings, Pirates won it 1-0, and we had the under as our play. Also, yeah, the Sports Money show here on the Morning's team with Miami over Minnesota. We took the Marlins yesterday with Cabrera on the run line, but they won 2-0 over Minnesota. We also have the under as our premium pick winner over at Tony'sPicks.com. It went well under, obviously, there. Also, had a winner here on the show yesterday with the Athletics in that game against the Rays. A's won it 4-3. Hey, they're 4-4 on this road trip, okay? So stop it. A's won it 4-3 in another close one, and we did have the winner on the Cover the Spread show. I said go under in that game with Springs and Boz. Had a winner last night with my Sports Money premiums. Houston and Colorado game total under. It stayed under. We had it. 11 runs was the final. We took under 11.5. So, hey, we held on for that one with Gordon and Dolander yesterday. Also, had a winner over at Tony'sPicks.com with Arizona at home. Not many people liked them, but I took them yesterday, and they beat up on the Giants. Zach Gallen had 10 strikeouts in 7 innings in the win there. Gallen looked good for once there. They trailed early, but took the lead and were never headed. Also, winner here on the show yesterday, Kansas City and Seattle game to go over in the 5-3 win there. Oh man, okay, that might have been a push for some, might have been a loss for some. All right, sorry about that. But we did have last night the Dodgers on the run line in that easy 6-1 win over the White Sox, and we had that premium pick winner there on the under. And tennis winners as well, like I mentioned last night, but our big ones were Krejcikova over Iala there yesterday as our big winner in that one. Okay, let's move on. Let's go to the action here today. Get a few more comments in, and then start the show as we're ready tonight. SF Niner says, I can't root for Mexico. They're not going to have any fans at the game. They're going to be camped out there with the ice trucks. So the fans won't be wanting to go into the stadium here tonight at in Santa Clara. Well, the one thing is it's in California, so and there's a little bit of tug of war there. All right. Jimmy might be on Guatemala. Shannon Moore, good morning. NYC Bar says Cardinals had that chance. Harrison said Skeens did, have his performance there yesterday. But, man, no run support again, huh? Guatemala for SF Niner there. Oldies here today. He's on the ladder. Everybody's looking for the ladder. NYC Bar says lots of rainouts creating all this extra action for us here. Also, maybe SF Niners has got to keep fading these Giants right now. They can't even beat Arizona on the road. Harrison's ready. Needs a couple of good picks for tonight. Chicken Nuggets says, I got them for you. Welcome, Chicken Nuggets. Nice to have chicken nuggets there, Rays and Pirates. All right. Good to have that one. All right, let's go to the show here right now and get started with our coverage today. There are 5-day games. Some of them are doubleheaders. We might need to cover our doubleheader strategies, right? At least reduce your bankroll or at least reduce your plays 50%. That's kind of what I do in the doubleheaders. And the one thing about doubleheaders and the totals, look, it might be built in, it might not. You got to check the lineups of both games, but in general, right, the lineups are going to be a little bit watered down in doubleheaders. Usually, 1, 2, 3 players may get one of the games off sometimes, and that can lead to maybe a little bit lower scoring. I mean, it's going to be minute and finite, if you will, because of the way the lines would shift, but you gotta really check it out. But let me get started here real quick. We got to get these day games off. You'd think that the first game of the day is a part of a doubleheader. It starts so early, but it's actually the regularly scheduled game between the Athletics and the Rays here with Brian Pepio on the mound for Tampa Bay. And I think we don't have it just official yet on the starting pitching here. Let me I've got some steam here right now between Milwaukee and New York, and we got to make sure we get it right. Which game? Game 2, Milwaukee and New York, game number 2. We are seeing some steam here right now to the over in this one. Mizorowski and Tidwell, I think, are the starters still. I didn't really check to see if there's any mix-ups in the rotations today because of the doubleheaders as compared to last night, but I don't think they flip-flopped them here anyway. So expecting Spence here in this one. Oh, boy, we're having all kinds of issues here. Okay, expecting Spence here in this one for the A's, but I don't know if it's an official just yet for Spence here today, but that's what we're expecting anyway. It's 220, 225 here, it looks like right now, and 9 with it shaded here to the under in this one, maybe 9 under 15. It might even be a little bit lower than 220. We'll call it 215 here, but the Rays are going to be a pretty big favorite. It doesn't make much sense right now, does it? Or does it? The A's are playing some okay ball for what's been going on. And like I said, they're on this road trip and they're playing 500. And the Rays, they can't seem to put them away, if you know what I mean. Look at last night's game, for example. Another close one. The A's won again for the second straight game. It's like as good as these Rays are, they're almost one of those play down to the competition type of teams. It feels like, losing here to the Athletics. Let me cover the numbers here with these guys and get rolling. You get started with your picks from the chat All-Stars. Hello, Stars. For Spence here, 3.82 ERA, 2-3 record, 1.3 WHIP, 252 batting average against, and a 292 BABIP for Pepio here. He's 5-6. The Rays are 7-10 with Pepio on the mound, a 3.36 ERA, 1.5 the WHIP, 230 batting average against. Decent numbers here for Pepio against the A's, but man, come on. I mean, all of a sudden now just still a 220 favorite, and now the A's have played okay. Let's see what you got, though, here. These two pitchers are combined 7-15 to the under in their starts this year. Spence is just kind of an opener. He can go a little bit longer than just one inning when you need him to, but he's had 27 appearances and 5 starts. So you'll see a plethora of A's pitchers in there for sure. The A's have won 4 of their last 6 games here in Tampa Bay. A's have gone under in 8 of their last 11, also under in 5 of their last 7 on the road. 5 of the last 6 meetings between the two teams have gone under, although 8 of the last 12 meetings between the two in Tampa have gone over, and Tampa's gone over in 4 of their last 5. Tampa has lost 4 of their last 5 games overall. So, what you going to do here? I mean, is it time to just get back on Tampa and do the run line here, thinking that they've been playing around with the A's enough? It doesn't feel like it should be that way. It just feels like they don't have the killer instinct right now to even beat the A's. The A's are doing a nice job. Let's go to the chat and see if you agree, or I don't even know if that's my play. Let's see what you got. A's run line for Tony Cobbs here today. Tony, you're doing a great job in the chat. Thank you for being a participant, member of the chat All-Stars. NYC Bar likes Tampa Bay on this big money line. No problem. Nate Cerna, nice to see Nate Cerna there. Give me Pep at Ramon. Is that Pep? Is that what we're talking? Oh, if I could get off this Pepsi, I'd probably live a little longer. All right, playing Tampa -1.5, says Timmy Two Shoes. Maybe this does feel like the day, and it also is all my algorithm is telling me to play the Rays, but man, I don't want to do it. I don't really want to do it. Blue says A's money line. Andrew says the Rays. And Big Scott says maybe the over is the call in this one today. Well, I guess I got to make my play here again. This is just a one game setup here today. Like I said, with a 12-10 start and all these double headers, it feels like this should be A's bullpen day. That should be no good, right? Because the A's have the worst bullpen or at least one of the worst bullpens in the league. I think if technically it's Washington right now, but between Washington and Athletics, they do have the worst bullpens out there. Rays team total LOL, says Timmy. I think that means over, though. Good morning to Razor Sharp picks today. Have a great day, Razor. It's Wednesday, so we'll have some. I don't want to say it's always a great day with Razor, but I know Monday and Tuesday. Don't get me wrong. I mean, back in the day, I won't say back in the day, still today, but there's something special about the Monday, Tuesday horse racing cards for the diehards, right? A little bit of steam right now coming out from Houston and Colorado. Houston taking the steam here right now against Colorado today with Hunter Brown. I get it, but still, Houston's going to be going north of 250. Here right now, I'm showing it up to 255, 266 at DraftKings, 260 here in Vegas right now. Houston on the move. Thank you, Razor, for putting that up there. Also, Timmy Tushu likes Aranda and Kurt Skillies today in that series. So let's see how I'm taking the A's. I mean, I'm going against my computer over here for sure. Says Tampa is the day today, but it just doesn't feel to me like Tampa's playing with much. They should be playing with plenty of motivation. Just give the A's some credit for the way they've played on this road trip a little bit. I'm going to try the A's here at on the run line today. They seem to be hanging in there. The Rays, they're still the Rays, right? As far as killer instinct is concerned. Now, if you look at the standings, they are the Rays. They're 1.5 games. Let me make sure that's 1.5 games back right now of the Yankees. Toronto, just 2 back. It's a race. Make no mistake right now, at least here on July 2nd. But I'm going to take the A's here. Plus 1.5 at minus 110. All right. Spence right now, I'm just seeing it here from the line service here, and we already knew there. Let's see what's Nate said. We take the run line with Brown in order to get the juice down. I'll cover that a little bit, Nate, when we get there, if you don't mind. But look, there's always a fine line to it, right? And I'm not, like I said, anybody wants to play 275 money lines. Hey, I do it too. It's just not something I give out. Okay, to make it clear how it's not something I give out on shows, right? Take a 275 favorite or do a money line. I try to keep the line as close to pick 'em as possible when I make public plays. That's just the way I do it. Okay, but so Spence, look, I will get Spence. The line service says right there, pitching change at 6:49 a.m. And that was a minute ago. So we knew Spence was in there, but I just want to show you how it works here with me, keeping track of everything, making sure we get you the latest information. So Spence, we knew he was going to be in there, but that's how my services work there. My Don Best and my Sports Insights and all the other bells and whistles that we have here on the morning steam. Let me a few more guys here. Let's see. Rays over 10 runs, says Jermaine. He says go over it a little bit and take it over there in a little bit of adjusted line. Okay, I'll take the A's. So again, all right, next up, Cardinals taking on the Bucks here with Sonny Gray. And you guys are already talking a little Sonny Gray in the chat. What did I just see? Sonny Gray is coming off a near no-hitter last time out, right? I mean, he was pretty terrific in that last start, going up against Mitch Keller here, and the Cardinals are 125 or so total right now. Looks like 8 under. It's definitely 8 under. Some widely reported steam did come in, both side and total, in this game. Now, this is just a single game here today between St. Louis and Pittsburgh. Now, yesterday it was 1-0. I say it, like I said, I keep saying it just because these early starts, I'm trying to keep it clear. But 1-0 was the final yesterday as Skeens got the win. And hey, you're coming back here with another strong pitching matchup, right? With Gray and, yeah, I'll say it, with Keller here, Mitch Keller. Gives you a good pitching matchup. It's not the greatest, but 3.9 ERA for Keller, 1.21 WHIP, 248 batting average against. Keller, though, is 2-10 so far this season, and the Pirates are 4-13 with Keller on the mound. For Sonny Gray, he's 8-2. All right, with a 3.36 ERA and a 1.08 whip, 242 batting average against. It does feel right like maybe it's a little bit of a Sonny Gray win-loss wise, that was a big advantage. Keller's still got okay numbers. Sonny Gray does have a 310 BABIP. On the surface, the numbers are kind of even, but the win-loss records say Sonny Gray, right, all the way. And Gray has had some modest success against this Pittsburgh lineup. For Gray here, he comes in with a batting average against of 229 against this expected Pirates lineup today. And, we don't know. It's a day game, so there could be a little bit of changes in the lineup there. But he's had very strong success against this expected lineup. So let's see what you have, though, here with St. Louis taking on Pittsburgh here today. Like I said, that widely reported steam did come in on the under in this one. Let's look at some trends as well while you get your picks ready. Cardinals have won 10 of their last 15 games coming in, but Pittsburgh, we know they're one of the hottest teams in the league with 6 straight wins right now. Can Sonny Gray slow the Bucks today in this matchup? Pittsburgh's gone over in 10 of their last 14, but 5 of the last 6 meetings between these two teams have gone under. St. Louis has gone under in 6 of their last 7, including 4 of their last 5. On the road, and also, St. Louis is 1-5 in their last 6 games against Pittsburgh here in the Three Rivers City. Pittsburgh's. Let's see here. Let's go to the chat and see what you got. I want to know right now. A lot of comments on this game. AOD, good morning. Thank you for being here today. Really appreciate it. Here we go. Blue is on the Cards run line. Andrew is on the Bucks. Let's see here. Jermaine says, got to go with Keller. He looked good against the Bucks last time out. So you could put a little bit of that spin on there too. Let me take a look at those numbers anyway real quick. And check that last outing for you guys. Jermaine already said it, but I'll look it up here and reiterate it. Whoops, or maybe I won't. It was Keller back on May 7th. 6 innings pitch. Well, maybe. Oh, he might be referring to the game on April 9th. We pitched 7 1/3 innings, 4 hits, no runs, and no decision. Did take a loss and a 5-0 loss on May 7th. 6 innings, 7 hits, and 3 runs. There, that was these two pitchers squared off in that game, and Sonny Gray dominated that one. 7 innings pitched, 2 hits, no earned runs. Gray here has wins in 3 of his last 4 decisions overall. Meanwhile, Keller is 0-2 in his last 4 outings with 2 no decisions. All right, NYC Bar likes the under. Tony says St. Louis for me here. And Harrison the Hustler likes the Tigers. AOD is ready for college-based football. He's ready for college basketball. We'll be having a great time once we get to our great sports. Robert likes Cardinals here. And don't forget, NBA Summer League's coming up. And good morning to Textiles today. All right. I'm going to end up taking the Cards here in this one with Sonny Gray. Yeah, I got to try it, man. Gray's at least pitching very, very well. Look, Pittsburgh's on fire. This is their hottest streak. Not longest streak necessarily, but the way they've been just submitting teams here right now, they've outscored them by a massive margin during this 6-game winning streak here right now. Flanae Jones in the chat today. Good morning. But I got to think that Sonny Gray maybe just a little. Oh, man, this is tough. I'm going with Gray here in this one. The Padres are taking on the Phillies in game one of a doubleheader today, and the pitchers have been flip-flopped, at least for now, at least what we know. Pivetta going up against Abel here in this one. Yesterday it was supposed to be Pivetta and Sanchez, but Cease will take on Sanchez now. This is a day-night doubleheader, so they won't be playing them back, right back to back. There'll be a hour or two in between games. For the Padres here, though, on the road, they are currently favored, maybe, but just barely. In fact, I'm showing, Padres are favored, $1.15 here, and the total, either 9 over 20 or 9.5 under 20 right now. There has been steam here this morning on the over in this one with the Padres and the Phillies. Pivetta going up here against McAbel. Let's see how you guys have this one today, the Padres and the Phillies. The Phillies are at top 5 in the least amount of strikeouts at home versus right-handers, and Pivetta, he's been kind of better at home, certainly, than on the road, and he doesn't have a great track record against this expected Phillies lineup. In fact, they have a 977 OPS with 5 home runs in 69 at-bats against Nick Pivetta coming into this one. Let's see here. We have some of the names here that maybe have gone deep on him. Harper twice in 13 at-bats. Turner, a couple of home runs and 18 at-bats. Max Kepler, a home run. He almost had a home run the other night, but Jackson Merrill robbed him of a home run. So pretty good numbers for the Phillies, actually, against the Padres in this one. So let's see what you got, though, here today with this matchup. Padres have lost 7 of their last 8 games against Philadelphia. It's always been a disaster going to Philly for the Padres. They've lost 6 of their last 7 games here in Philly. Padres are just 2-6 their last 8 games on the road. Philly is hot at home. They've won 7 of their last 8 games coming in. Philadelphia has also won 12 of their last 18 games overall. Philly has gone under in 7 of their last 8 games. 6 of the last 9 meetings between these two teams have gone under, and the Padres have gone under in 8 of their last 12 games. What do you have here? Or the Padres and the Phillies here in this one today? I'll go to the chat and see what you guys have. Padres have trouble in Philly, I know that. Here we go. Flannery Jones, like Pittsburgh back in that last game. NYC Bars on the Phillies. Andrews on the Phillies. Tony says first game is Padres. Blue likes the over, and Abel likes the Phillies here in this one in game 1. We're going to separate them up into time order. We're not going to lump the doubleheaders together here if we can help it. Try to keep them separated anyway. So let's go here. See what you have in this one. Philly and the Padres. All right, I'll get ready to make my call here in this one, and I'm going to go over with the Padres and the Phillies in game 1. I'll take the over with Pivetta, and let me update it here a little bit. I'm going to call it 9.5 under because I'm going over, so I'll give myself the tough line here. I'll just call it 9.5 today. That's a little bit higher than the price is, but that just lets you know I'm going over in this one. The steam came in on the over as well in this game. Harper's got some good numbers against Pivetta. And let's see here. Phillies both games today, says Abel. And Timmy Choo says Abel's got or Turner can hit Pivetta here in this game. And again, remember, don't forget, we'll see if we get any lineups. But, some of these guys, especially the ones that are nursing some injuries, maybe like Harper, could miss one of the games, I would think, here today. It's not uncommon, right? Next up is the Holton taking. Boy, this graphic screwed up. Fire the graphics, man. Okay, Tigers and Holton. Nationals and Williams. There we go. Some of you have said that I purposely screw up the graphics to make it seem like I'm dumb. Okay, here we go. Thank you to those of you just joining us that just watched the TNT Tropang Giga beat Rain or Shine Elasto Painters in Philippine basketball. All right, here we go. Gorky out there? That's probably even out of Gorky's range. He just sticks to South American American Cup. Okay, here we go. Detroit and Washington. Holton taking on Williams here in this one. For Holton, the left-hander, he is 3-3. Has made just 4 starts, 34 appearances, 4.34 ERA, 1.25 WHIP, 275. Batting average against the Tigers are 1-3 with Holton on the mound for Washington here. Williams is 3-9.
Final.
Washington is 6-10 with Williams on the mound. He's got a 5.65 ERA coming into this one. But both these pitchers have had some modest success against the opposing lineups here between these two. In fact, you look at Holton here. Some modest numbers against these guys. He just faced a couple hitters, actually. There's not much to it. But Williams here, at least a little bit more, 25 at-bats and 5 hits allowed with just 2 extra base hits against this anticipated lineup here today. Let's see how you want to roll, though, with these two. And this is game 1 of a doubleheader, so that has to be taken into consideration here with the Tigers and the Nationals. The Tigers have lost 4 of their last 5 against Washington, but they come in having won 5 of their last 7. We kind of had this preview of this game yesterday, but the pitching matchup there was Flaherty and Williams, so another one where they've kind of flip-flopped the matchup. So we got a different matchup here. Washington's lost 8 of their last 9 games at home. A little bit of steam here right now. Just want to report on this. The Athletics are getting steamed right now, and that price on Tampa Bay, which was, like I said, $2.20, it is going south of $2 at the sharpest books. The square books are a little bit slow here. I'm still showing $2.20 at South Point, $2.40 at Bovada, but Circa, Bet Online, they're already under 200 here. 197 for the Rays at Circa, 196 at Bet Online. So the move here is on the Athletics here. Steam on the A's. We already gave them out on the run line. Somebody likes them out there. This line's moving. A's just taking the steam here. Okay, continue on, though, with Detroit and Washington. That's our matchup. Washington's lost 15 of their last 20 games overall. Detroit's gone under in 4 of their last 5, but Washington's gone over in 7 of their last 9. Detroit's actually gone over in 4 of their last 5 games on the road. Washington definitely struggling here right now, and Detroit starting to pick it up here again, it feels like. And maybe it's a manageable number here at $1.50 or so. That's about as high as I think I want to go, but let's see what you have here. Can you? Anybody want to get on Washington here in this one? Washington 14 games under 500. Meanwhile, Detroit 21 games over 500. Here we go. All right. And we take a look here right now with Jermaine says, we might have been talking about. with both. I don't know which game, with all due respect, Jermaine is talking about because there's been so many rain, right? Blues on the Tigers here. Cascade says Tigers on the money line. And let's see, Jerry says in your YouTube upcoming videos in reverse order. I think they are actually. I don't know why that is. Here's Jerry. He says you got Olsen as a primer. Yeah, Holton, he's an opener. We know that. And so thank you, Jerry, for that for sure. Cascade here today. And Trevor Williams here in this lineup. He just him and Baez have their own little private war there. Cascade says he has Abrams did home runs in both games. How about that? Robert McCormick says Nats first 5. Jermaine says he's going with the A's now with that steam move there. Timmy says when will Wood get his homer? He'd probably get walked every time, right? Problem with that with Wood right now, as good as he is, and those walks, like I said, they're walking him like Barry Bonds, right? And there's just no way around it. Sometimes you have a guy in there you can protect, but they're just pitching around it. Man, it's really tough for that great young star. Tigers here for NYC Bar. Jermaine says Tigers team total over. And here's Abel's on the Tigers here. 9 Legacy. Hello, Tampa Bay run line. Cards run line. Philadelphia run line. And I'll just mention right now, while you mentioned 9 Legacy, Philadelphia run line, I think you mean this first game, but I want to add right now that Padres and Phillies game 2, right now, the steam has just come in on the Phillies in game 2. They were $1.40 or so. They're up to $1.55 at BetOnline. Steam coming in on the second game, and we're going to talk about in just a moment. Sanchez against Cease. The Phillies line is on the move in game 2. Here's Jermaine likes Torkelson for over in his runs, hits, and RBIs. Trevor says take the Nats in game 2. We'll talk about it. Jermaine says, I don't know. Oh, in the Philly game, talk about the weather there. And yeah, it was a disaster yesterday. The Padres had a flooded clubhouse entryway. Tigers money line, team total over, I think it says there. And Fernando's on the Nats, team total over. All right. Well, I guess I'm going to make my call here. A little bit expensive, I think, to get on Detroit here. I know the Sharps are going to be on Washington. I think the Sharps are on Washington here in this one. But, man, Washington really not playing well enough, it feels like here. All right. Give me the Tigers here in this one. I'm going to take a favorite here on the road in a doubleheader. A little bit square there, but hey, you got to take them when you got to take them. Now, another one, game 1 of the doubleheader, Brewers and Mets. I think it's Peralta right now going up against Clay Holmes. I think we know that that's the pitching matchup here. Peralta's had some pretty good success against this Mets lineup in the past. Peralta allowing just a 151 batting average to the bulk of this Mets lineup expected here today. But yeah, the Mets are going to be favored in this one, minus $1.30. The total, mostly 8. Here it feels like right now. For Peralta, good numbers for sure. Peralta, 2.9 ERA, 1.12 whip, 208. The batting average against. For Holmes here, he's 8-4. 2.97 ERA, 1.239 whip, 228 batting average against. Both these pitchers have been very, very solid so far this season. Very solid. The two pitchers are a combined 12 and 19 to the under this year. Mets are 11 and 5 with Holmes on the mound, but the Brewers are 10 and 7 with Peralta on the mound. Let's see what you think here in this one. Milwaukee comes in pretty hot. They've won 8 of their last 10. In fact, they've won 13 of the last 17 meetings between these two teams coming into this one. Mets have lost 13 of their last 16. They're trying to fix things here. They've lost 5 straight to the Brewers coming in. We previewed this one. I don't want to get too deep. We previewed this one, this matchup exactly yesterday. We took Milwaukee yesterday, so I think we're kind of forced to take them here again today, even the doubleheader here. I know that some really good Sharps, whoever they are, I don't know who they are, but it does feel like the Sharps going to be on the Mets a little bit here in this one. But all right, I'm going to take the Brewers. I'm taking them on the road in game 1 of the doubleheader here with Peralta and Holmes, and taking them as a dog in this one. Yes, let's see what the line was yesterday, $1.25 or so, and maybe it's gone up just a tad. Comments from the chat here in this game. It is Brewers here, +1 for NYC Bar. And Jerry says, yeah, premium. Yeah, I do, Jerry. I did go with a premium over there at Tony's Picks. Thanks for asking. Mizorowski, run line in game 1, says Jermaine, talking about that matchup coming up there. He's saying take game 2 with Mizorowski and pass on game 1. I gotcha. Cash Kane under here. Jerry says Brewers run line and over 7 there. Abel's going under. Brewers for blue. I'll take the Brewers as well. Okay, that is the cutoff. That's the early games that go off before 1:10 Eastern, right? There's 5 games. They're all in that kind of block of noon to 1. 5 games starting within a 1-hour span. We just went over them. So now we're going to the evening card. Some of these will be doubleheaders, day-night doubleheaders. Started off with the Padres taking on the Phillies, Cease and Sanchez. We just mentioned moments ago the steam that came in on the Phillies in game 2. I know a lot of people want to wait. I want to wait in doubleheaders a little bit, but the Phillies are up to $1.50 or higher here at some spots, and the total is 8 under 15. I don't know if it's 8 under 20. Very many spots here right now, but the Phillies are going to be a pretty big favorite here in this one. Look, maybe I like the Phillies better at as a dog with Abel than I do maybe with as a favorite with Sanchez. But we'll see what you guys have too. For Pavetta here, for Dylan Cease here, he's a 3-7 with a 4.53 ERA. The Padres are 9-8 with Cease, so they're competitive with him on the mound. Take it for what it's worth. We're definitely not getting what we expected from Cease. He's got a 3.33 BABIP. For Sanchez here, 2.79 ERA, 1.16 WHIP, 230 batting average against. Phillies are 12-4 with Sanchez on the mound. We won't go too much over the trends, for the series here. We kind of covered those in the first game. So if you want to come in with your picks here right now in the chat, let me know for game 2 here with Cease here up against Sanchez. All right. And Robert says take the Mets maybe in that first game. Phillies will smash both games here, Abel says. And Jerry likes the Phillies -1 here in this one. All right. And I'll take the Phillies here. Not a great price, so just making my free play here, game 2. I'm on Sanchez and the Phillies here in this one. All right, the Twins and Simeon Woods Richardson taking on the Marlins and Jansen Junk. For the Twins here, they are the favorite on the road, $1.20 right now, maybe $1. $1.20. Total is 8.5 over. So I don't know. I don't know if it was ever 8. That might be a typo, actually. Final. 8.5 over. Let me cover a little bit of tennis results here real quick. Just in, Sabalenka got her straight set win here over Buzkova 7-6, 6-4. I don't think that's a cover. I think Buzkova covered that match on the game spread. Also, Laura Siegman picked up a win. I picked up a win with my sports money premiums. I had Siegman over Leylah Fernandez today. Leylah, no show here in round 2. Siegman dominates 6-2, 6-3 for a pretty easy win. Although I also did drop one with Lerner Tien against Nicholas Yari in straight sets over Tien. So not all fine and dandy there just yet. All right, let's move into this one, though, here with, let me get the graphic back going here, the Twins, with Simeon Woods Richardson. Comes in here with a 3-4 record in 11 starts, a 4.63 ERA, 1.38 whip, 261 batting average against for Jansen Junk. He's 2-0, 7 appearances, 2 starts. They've won them both, 3.73 ERA, 1.14 whip. 337 BABIP, rugged numbers here for sure for Junk. And in this series currently, Miami comes in the hottest team in baseball. They've won 8 straight games right now. Minnesota comes in having lost 14 of their last 18 coming in. Minnesota's gone 2-9 their last 11 games on the road. They've dropped 5 of their last 6 games here to the Marlins. Marlins have gone under in 5 straight at home, but they've gone over in 5 of their last 6 overall. So we'll see what you guys think here in that one. Let's go to the chat and see what you have. So I'm going to move some of my coverage over here. I'm going to move some of my coverage over here to the Diddy trial. Let's see if I get some verdict here. While we're on the air here, the verdict is in. We're waiting the Diddy news here. And breaking news here right now. If you're following this, I know it's a little bit, probably off topic here, but Diddy is found guilty on 2 of 5 charges in his sex trafficking trial. We're just getting the word here. So the 3-time Grammy winner has pleaded not guilty to 5 felony charges and faces, of course, anywhere to life up in there in prison, but so far found guilty on 2 of 5 charges in that sex trafficking trial. This is just in. If you care about that, I'm just watching it a little bit here on the ticker. All right. Let me know what you got here with the Red Hot. Come on, they're hot. They're the Miami Marlins. Let's go. Here we go. All right. Yeah, pod jab, right, Jerry? You're on to me, Jerry. Padres and these left-handers, right, like Sanchez, whatever the case may be. I'm probably fading my pods a little bit. Jerry on the over, I think maybe this one. Harrison says the Marlins have been hot here. NYC Bar says under. Blue says Marlins. Me and Jerry lost with Lerner Tien. Terrell's on the Marlins. I think maybe I am Terrell. Let's do it. Let's take the Marlins here in this one today. I'm on them with you. Let's keep it rolling, man. Let's keep it rolling. I don't want the Twins here a little bit. Jerry's on the Marlins run line. Team total over Abel. On the Marlins, Jermaine says go over in this one. And let's see here. Andrew's going live with Tiafoe right now, despite being down 2-1 here to Nori today. Let me see. He said, is it a mistake? All I can do is tell you basically what I'm on. We're not watching the match intently enough, but I am on Nori plus 3.5 games in the match. Kelly's here today. Good morning. Pittsburgh and Miami are 2 of the hottest teams in the league. Who'd have thought, right, Kelly? Give me Miami here today. Justin, good morning. Good morning, Justin. All right, guess that's it for that one. I'm on Miami. Next up now, game 2, Tigers and Nats with Flaherty here going up against Mackenzie Gore. For Jack Flaherty is 5-9 with a 4.8 ERA. Tigers are 5-11. We already said this yesterday, but 5-11 with Flaherty. They have only 32 losses. He's responsible for 11 of them. 1.2 whip, 220 batting average against, 266 BABIP for Mackenzie Gore, the left-hander here. We're getting that breaking news. Let me get you the complete story right now with the Diddy here. So this is official, it looks like right now. Sean Diddy Combs was convicted of a prostitution-related offense, but acquitted Wednesday of sex trafficking and racketeering charges that could have put one of hip-hop's greatest stars behind bars for life. But the mixed result comes on the third day after deliberations. It could still send Combs to prison for as long as a decade. It's likely to end his career as a music executive, fashion entrepreneur, and brand ambassador and reality TV star. He was convicted of flying people around the country, including his girlfriends and paid male sex workers, to engage in sexual encounters. Boy, I'm glad I stayed out of that one. It sounded like a fun time, but the jury, 8 men, 4 women, acquitted Combs of racketeering, conspiracy, and sex trafficking charges related to allegations that he used his money, power, and frightening physical force to manipulate his girlfriends into hundreds of drug-fueled sex marathons with the men. Combs and his defense team argued that the women were willing participants and that none of the violence justified the severity of the charges. So that is nearly a complete story right now. There'll be a little bit more, obviously, what type of sentencing will go down, but that's pretty much it there as far as what we know. That's some major information there coming out on that very important trial. We're not mocking it here at all. This is actual up-to-date information on that big news story. So there'll be more coming out right now as they leave them there and figure out what's going on. Okay, Tigers here and Flaherty and Gore. We said Gore 3-8 with as Gore 17 starts. They're 6-11 with Gore. Yeah, 6-11 with Gore here on the mound. 309 ERA, 241 batting average against, 336 BABIP isn't great, but let's see what you have here in this one. We already talked about some of the trends with these two teams. So give me your picks in this one. Between game 2, I know it. If you don't want to pick this one, I understand here, and I agree with Terrell there. This is, maybe it could have been even less, but you got to figure right now. Just looking on the surface. 10 years, that sounds like a max, right? Still probably going to have, time served. I think we could see, I'm going to take a chance right here, and I'm going to say that Diddy will be in jail for 2 years. That's going to be my prediction and guess. Hey, I'd love to predict anything. Can I go on Kalshi real quick and make a pick on that? Hey, I might start a show with Kalshi props. All right, here's Cash Kane going over in this game. Jermaine says double overs in DC today. Blue is not liking what Diddy did. Says that it was a bad boy. Trevor's on the Nationals here. Justin says C.J. Abrams again over 1.5 total bases for game 2. I think there. And Terrell wants Harrison here. He's laughing at it. Tigers here and Flaherty, 5Ks and over for Abel here in this one. Jerry says, people, what? Hey, I got you on that one, Jerry. I'm kind of, not really. Look, what maybe was done is wrong there a little bit, for sure, right? I mean, proven, but. All right, here's Roberts on the Nats And Tigers money line lean to the over. I'm going over in game 2 myself. Give me the over in game 2, Detroit and Washington. Next up, the Yankees here are on the road against the Blue Jays. In this one, you got Will Warren on the mound here. He's taking on Berrios. For Warren here, 17 starts, 4.37 ERA, 1.31 WHIP, 232 batting average against, and 323 BABIP. For Jose Berrios, also 17 starts, he's 4-3. Both teams are 10-7 with this respective pitcher on the mound. Respective. Berrios, a 3.26 ERA, 1.2 WHIP, 231 batting average against, but a 272 BABIP. His numbers are slightly better than Warren's here. Toronto crushed them yesterday, right on Canada Day. The Yankees have had some success against Berrios, but the Blue Jays have won the first 2 games of this series here now. For the Yankees here, they've lost 7 of their last 8 on the road. They've lost 12 of their last 18 overall. Toronto's won 14 of their last 18 and 5 of their last 6 overall coming into this one. The Yankees have gone over in 5 straight meetings here between these two teams, but Yankees have gone under in 15 of their last 19. However, Toronto and Yankees have gone over in 11 of the last 14 meetings overall, and Toronto's gone over in 4 of their last 5 games. I got to take the Blue Jays here to keep it going right now. The Yankees, that offense that continues to struggle. We know they've been a massive under for the most part for a few weeks here. It feels like there still could be some runs today after we saw Toronto explode yesterday, but I'm going to take Toronto in this one. Let's go to the chat. And it's going to be maybe Blues going over there. And here's Yankees money line. Justin likes the team total over. Cash Game says, oh boy, Yankees might be swept here. And Jermaine says, why were the Cardinals only $1.20 in the game today with Pittsburgh? Probably because Pittsburgh's on fire, Jermaine. Yankees here, money line, Judge over 1.5 bases, probably, I think there. Cash Kane, not a big Warren fan. Jerry's going with the under here. Robert says Jays first 5. Cash Kane, Blue Jays. Terrell, Jays, team total over once again. Andrew here says the Jays. And Kelly says, hello to Kelly. They've been hot, those Blue Jays. I'm taking them today. Next up, the Brewers and the Mets. This is game 2 of the doubleheader. This is Mizorowski and Tidwell here. Now, Tidwell kind of been forced into action here in this series because of some injuries here. Griffin Canning with that terrible injury. So the Mets have had to shake it up here a little bit. And, not a great time, actually, right, for the Mets, the way things are going. We just talked about the trends here a little bit. We've covered the trends in the series and how they're struggling against this team. And now you got Jacob Mizorowski here. We did go over in that first game. And let me see what you guys think here in this one. I did cover this game on the Cover the Spread show a little bit, but let me make another pick for you here right now with the hot rookie. Mizorowski comes in here with a 3-0 record. They've won all 3 of us. He's had 3 starts. 1.12 ERA, 0.62 WHIP, 0.61 batting average against, and 0.69 BABIP. This guy's the greatest pitcher of all time right now. But 34.5% K rate is burdened by a 12.5% K rate on the walk rate, 12.5% walk rate. However, Tidwell here, like I said, he's a bit of a stopgap here. He is a touted prospect, number 7 in the Mets organization, but maybe being used or forced in here a little bit quickly right now in this situation. The Brewers are hot. They've got the better pitcher, it looks like, in both matchups today, and the Mets are struggling. Could the Brewers sweep it on the road? Let's go to the chat. I'm still reading a little bit on the Diddy stuff here coming across a little bit, but like I said, he's been acquitted of the 3 most serious charges here. Probably still going to put him. Who knows? Maybe he's. I'm pretty. Yeah, he's probably done something wrong. You know what? But like some of you said, hey, everyone's private life. Just that you can't involve like a bunch. If it's you, I don't want to get into it. But you can't be having like, if you got security guards guarding your sex rooms, it might be a little something funky going on. All right, here we go. Just what you want me commenting on, some old daddy here. All right, let's see here. The Jays love playing the Yankees. Jermaine was on the Pirates there. Judge for an RBI in that game. Did I get these already? Was that over for Cash Kane in the last game? He's got Frankie for a home run today. Jerry says Brewers in this one. First 5 in full game. Justin says he's got his picks underneath the video there on the cover of the spread. And Andrew's liking what he sees from Nori here. If you guys want to ask about some matches, I might be able to chime in on my private bets. I'll leave it alone if it's a, something behind the paywall there a little bit. Robert says, first 5 here, Brewers. Fernando's on the over. He's our Brewers correspondent. And, all right, and Brewers here for Abel. All right, I'm going to go over in this one with Mizorowski and Tidwell here in game number 2. I'm going to take the over here. Mizorowski's been great. I don't know how long we can keep this up. I'm sure he'll still be able to mow. This fastball does not lie. But eventually it's got to catch up a little bit. I don't know if the Mets are the team to do it the way things are going with this 3-13 record here over the last couple of weeks. Not great. Reds and Red Sox. Okay, so here's the thing. This is game 2 technically. They're going to complete game 1. I believe it starts at 4 p.m. Eastern or so with game 1. It's in the 4th inning. It's 2-1 right now. The Red Sox, I believe, are winning the game. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's 2-1 one way or the other. So they'll complete game 1. Check your books. A lot of your bets have been canceled already from yesterday's game. Check each individual book. Some books will leave that open 24 hours. The game gets completed there, and it was a night game, right, yesterday. So I'm not sure, but if it's some games not completed within 20, when they started, it's just canceled. No big deal. Just explaining how it goes. You got to check your books rules. But this is a game 2, if you will, or the one game that will start today with Martinez on the road here. He almost threw a no-hitter last time against the Padres. Was broken up there in the 9th inning. For Bayo here, he's going to be favored in this one, $1.25. Some books don't have this line up here because Bello, I believe, I think he needs to be. Does he need to be? No. Maybe they're just not quite set with the pitching because of the doubleheader. But I think Bello is the man here today. Let me go over the numbers with these two. For the Reds here, and like I said, Martinez, really outstanding last time. He's got a 4-point. He was against the Padres. He's a former Padre. They pulled him out of Japan to come over to the majors. For Martinez, he'd already been in the majors, went overseas. He's 5-8 with a 4.12 ERA, 1.16 WHIP, 250 batting average against. Decent numbers for Martinez here. I previewed this one on Cover the Spread, actually. For Bello here, he's 3-3 with a 3.41 ERA, 13 starts, 1.4 WHIP, 260 batting average against, and a 298 BABIP coming into this one. All right, let's see what you have here. I'll give a few trends and numbers maybe, but we could just see what you've got here. Again, this, like I said, this one is similar to a doubleheader. I mean, you're going to have pitchers being used, so you got to kind of, you know, wait and see, I guess, for the most part for game two. But I'm going to go ahead and make a pick here. I'm kind of weird too that I'm kind of on the record there with a video, right? But we didn't really know what was going on and rainouts and whatnot. But that's okay. I'm going with the under in game two between Martinez and Bello here. Give me the under with the Reds and the Brewers at 9.5. It looks like it'll be 9.5, probably 125 when it does come out here today with expected Bello and Martinez. Let me see what you got here in this one. Mizorowski over K prop here for Justin. And who did I take in that? I took the over in the Mizorowski game there, Andrew. I don't know if he'll get shelled or anything, but and yeah, just I think it will be Bello. I just think that I'm not sure why he hasn't officially been announced, but again, probably because of that makeup game there. Jerry says he likes KK right now. I did take KK, Jerry, in the match there, minus 5.5 games on just a bet. So, nothing I sent out. So hopefully you guys are clear, right? I mean, your favorite capper here, high roller picks at Tony's, right? Premium picks here with Winnable. And then if I'm betting them, I'm betting them. It's not an official public play, but I'll let you know who I bet on here. And I bet on KK in that match. And, not looking too great against Mochizuki. I mean, Mochizuki can't cover a game spread for the life of him, but he's doing it today. NYC bar on the over, but Abel went on the under. And Soxon over. Let me see what he's saying there. Fade the Martinez. I think that might be 2 games there. And look, Justin says, careful there on game 2 with that under between Martin. Justin, you already know I'm a heavy trender to the under, but I also am I'll separate it a little bit. But like I said, in doubleheaders, I tend to go under in doubleheaders in more games of doubleheaders. I think that's just something that I do. All right, Cincinnati over their team total here for Terrell. And Harrison says Marlins run line, Tigers money line. Oh my God! Oh. Breaking news here into Sports Money. Thomas Lewis has entered the chat. Great to see you, Thomas. I miss you. Thank you for even if you're just stopping by to say hi. People have asked about you. I said, hey, Thomas has found some important physical sports activity to keep himself active. And I miss you. Really appreciate you stopping by here today. Great honor to have you just to say hi. Good morning, Thomas. Really, really miss you. Thank you for letting me know you're. I know we exchanged a message or two there, and you're good to go. But I really want to thank you for all the months and years of support there. A little bit. Thank you. All right. And really cool to see that right now. He doesn't even want the attention, but I'm going to give it to him. And people have said, in fact, what was it yesterday? Someone said, and I want to make, where's the guy that ran what did they say yesterday, you guys? Where's the guy that ran the chat? I think that's what someone said yesterday. Whoever said it, say it again right now. Everyone's really excited to see you, Thomas. Great. He's loving the people loving him. I love that. All right. All right. Hey, I'm moving on here. We're going to the a little bit later action here right now with the Angels taking on the Braves here with UC Kikuchi taking on Didier Fuentes. Now, the Braves are in this situation. Maybe they could have come up with somebody else other than no problem with Fuentes, right? We want to see this man in his career and see how he's going to do, but they've run a little bit. Just want to pass along here some steam that came in real quick. We'll talk about Fuentes in a moment, but we are seeing some steam right now in one of the two games between Milwaukee and the New York Mets. Well, since we've already talked about game two there, and I said go over, and the steam went over, but game one, there's for Thomas. Game one, right now, steam to the over, the Peralta and Holmes game. We're seeing some steam here, and I'm seeing 8.5s right now at circa 8.5 flat right now. All the other books are 8 over 20. Definitely a move here, and we've seen the lineups also come out for that first game between Milwaukee and the Mets. So I don't know if it's lineup related, but the lineup has come out, and the steam came in on the over in the game between game one, Milwaukee and the New York Mets. In fact, both games have seen steam to the over in the series in the Milwaukee and the Mets. Milwaukee, Frelick, Contreras, Yelich, Churio, Terang, Collins, Bowers, Ortiz, Stiegler. For the Mets, Lindor, Marte, Soto, Alonso, Nimmo, Vientos, McNeil, Torrens, and Beatty. It's got Nimmo in that lineup there. All right, there have been some other lineups, but I just want to mention that one with the steam there a little bit. Man, the market really did take off here so far today. Okay, let's look at this one here with Atlanta taking on the Braves here for Kikuchi. You know, I feel like I've been on Kikuchi when a lot of people have been off Kikuchi. And I'm talking about the pitcher. He is just 3-6, but he's got a 2.79 ERA. I guess I haven't won a lot with him, right? The Angels are 8-9 with Kikuchi on the mound. That's kind of right in line with their 42-42 record. It's been a pleasant surprise that the Angels have come back to 500 here right now. Look, Houston's getting away in the West, but Angels here facing Didier Fuentes. He's got a 10 ERA so far. He's gotten racked pretty good so far right now. Look, he is a prospect here, but does feel like he's been kind of brought up here really a little bit, and now having to go through his third start here right now. And the Braves are struggling for sure at this point. They're 8 games under 500. The season's getting we're in the middle of the season here, and the Braves are going to need to find a way to make a move, and they're just not going together. We were trying to say, hey, they're getting healthy, they're picking up, but they're not. It doesn't feel like they're getting it going at all here right now. The Angels have won 5 of their last 7. The Braves have lost 5 of their last 6. Now, the Braves have won 4 of the last 6 meetings between these two teams overall, but we saw yesterday, right, the Angels there did a pretty good job in that game, and the final score was 4-0 as Anderson shut him out. Now you got another left-hander in here against the Braves, and well, the Braves against left-handers, it's not terrible. They're 8-11, I think, right now against left-handed pitching, but man, they're falling back. They're even behind Miami now in the standings. Let's see what you have in this one. Can you get it going here with the Braves? You're getting a great price. I mean, who'd have thought you could get the Braves down here at $1.25 or $1.30 against the Angels today? And the total is up to 9.5 right now. All right, let's see what you got here in this one. 5 of the last 7 meetings between these two teams have gone under. Atlanta's gone under in 5 of their last 6. Angels have gone under in 4 of their last 5 on the road, although they've gone over in 6 of their last 9 overall. Comments from the chat. And Angels for NYC Bar. Abel likes the Angels in the first half. Jerry likes seeing Thomas here today. Jerry says Angels money line and the under. Robert has Angels first 5. Shannon saying hello to Thomas. We're going to be, everybody says hi to Thomas. We're showing it here. LA Angels over team total. Take him again. And Justin's just he's frustrated with his club. Cash Kane says Angels money line first 5 and full game. Andrew's on the Angels. Justin saying hello to Thomas. And Angels for Nate. Let's see here. And could Houston win? I think that was me, huh, Kelly? I did say what I said was I thought that at the time, right, considering that Houston has moved well into the Calci. I did see it. Look at this. I talked about it right now. I'm going to show it to you here. I talked about the Calci. If you guys know what I'm talking about with the Calci app, it's a little bit controversial right now, actually, because they're trying to say in some. And you guys probably saw the commercial in the NBA Finals with the man with the short shirt and he's holding the dog. He's like, I like Indiana. And the ladies, like the old ladies, are like, we like OKC. And the guy's sitting there with in a pool full of eggs. And they're like, what's the price of eggs going to be? But remember, just moments ago, I said, I was going to try to speculate on how long Diddy would spend in jail. And I see the Calci app has just come out with the prop of Will Diddy. Let me see if I can find it here. They just, oh man, I had to, I can't find it now, but the Calci. I mean, you got some really crazy things there, and they do sports too. I mean, look at will Real Madrid? Who will Real Madrid acquire? Will Elon Musk say Donald Trump's name? Is this the hottest July ever? The Calci. We're gonna do a whole show with these, I think. All right. Nate says, is Judge out of the lineup today? Could it be no Judge today? Kelly says, loser, team total under in the Angels. Atlanta winners covers the run line. Hope I got that one right. And let's see here. Joe Adell has been banging his balls, hasn't he? Man, Joe Adell. They were making fun of Joe Adell. Nobody even knew who he was. We know who he is. Thomas is on the Angels. Don't tease me, Thomas. If you're back, my life is complete. Terrell says, remember when Spock came back? Thomas is loving the attention, and I love it too for Thomas. I think people know what you meant, and people have tried to do we've dropped the consensus, we've dropped the drawing at the end because I can't handle it. So and guys in there did a good job trying to help me a little bit do it, but we just haven't been able to do it. So okay, anyways, I better make a play here on the I'm gonna try the Angels today, you guys. I gotta try the Angels here as a dog right now. All right, next up, it's the Orioles taking on the Rangers here with Sugano taking on Evaldi. The widely reported steam did come in on Baltimore in this game. Right now, the line's about $1.35, maybe $1.40 here. Still going to be favored, but not $1.50 favored. I'll put $1.40 in the total here, 8 over 20 in this one with Sugano on the road here. We know, Texas has had some struggles here right now, but let's see what you got in this matchup. For Sugano here, he's got a 6-4 record, 4.06 ERA, 1.25 WHIP, and 270 BABIP. For Eovaldi, 13 starts, a 4-3 record, but a 1.87 ERA. These two teams are a combined 9-18 to the under this season. We already know Texas, they're number one to the under period, right? 31-54. The Orioles are the number one road team to the under this season. So what are you going to do here, huh? With the total at 8 over at minus 20. Still feels like they give you a great line, even though we've been rolling with these Texas unders. And the Texas has been going over, make no mistake, the last few games because there was some extra innings in there. Texas has actually gone over in 4 of their last 5 games. Is it over? Are the unders over? 7 of the last 10 meetings between these two teams have gone over. 8 of the last 12 between the two in Texas have gone over. Baltimore has gone under in 13 of their last 17 on the road, to emphasize what I was saying there a little bit. But they've gone over in 4 of their last 5 overall. Baltimore's lost 4 of their last 6 to Texas. Texas has lost 6 of their last 8 games at home. All right, let's get into it here with you guys right now. I was looking for that Diddy prop. Boy, I'd go all day on these Kalshi. They have the sports though too in there. Like for example, it says who will have the best record-breaking performance winner at the ESPYs, Caitlin Clark or Ovechkin? And just different props there on the Kalshi app. I'm not here to promote it, not a paid app. I just have some fun with it. I'd put a couple $100 in there and betting some weird stuff like will the courts consider Apple a monopoly? Will there be a Category 5 hurricane this year? I thought that was a little tasteless in the commercial. The hurricane's going and everybody's dying. Okay, you guys make the pick in this one. We're having fun now with Thomas here. He's woken up the chat. Look, Thomas says, it's football. I understand. Thomas is going to be back. I think what he's saying here because football season back. I think Thomas, like a lot of people, baseball is not his favorite. All right. And Andrew says Nori broke Tiafoe again, and now he's in charge, huh? Oh, but I see Tiafoe's actually got some break points here too. Here's Rangers money line, team total over. Justin says Seager over. Nasty Nate's got the Rangers to smash in this one. Jerry says Texas first 5. Abel's on the under. Andrew K is on the Rangers. Robert is on Rangers first 5. Baltimore says over. Baltimore runs over. Cash Kane, Rangers first 5. We'll learn more from Thomas. Apparently, he went off and I don't know. I think Thomas might have got a job at a country club, and then then they may have. I don't know. Maybe they fired him. I don't know. Thomas says. Let's see here. Jerry says any steam on that Rays total today, and maybe it'll move to 8.5. Move to the under there, Jerry, because it's 9 under right now, right? And let's see here. Aces money line, Fever team total under tomorrow. Thank you, Jerry. And let's see, Seager there for Robert. Tiafoe, broke him the other way. Good comments, you guys. Great show today, and we're not even done. Anyways, Baltimore and Texas here. That steam came in on Baltimore, but I'm going to take Texas today in this one. Texas to wake up a little bit here right now. Next up, Guardians and Cubs with Tanner Bybee going up against Shoto Imanaga. Imanaga and the Cubs here are favored. $1.55, maybe $1.70, total 8. Total is 8. Total has gone up here on some widely reported steam. It might even be 8 over 15. So that's almost a full half a run on the move here with the Guardians and the Cubs. Got to check the weather in Chicago. We don't check the weather in every game. I'll let you guys tell me what's going on. I did a bad job yesterday with the weather. I didn't even really pay much attention to it. You guys mentioned it a little bit, saying, and then we did say on one of the shows that, or let's see. Well, we knew early on that the Padres game was going to be rained out. Looks like we might be back on, though, for those. Okay, a little bit of steam coming in right now. I'll get you a pick here on the Guardians and the Cubs in just a moment, but there is steam on the under in the game between Houston and Colorado. It was 11 over 15, but we're going to start to see possibly 10.5s here right now. In Houston and Colorado, I'm showing 10.5 over right now at Bet Online, 10.5 over right now at Bovada. Steam to the under, obviously, here right now. We don't make it up. We don't make up the line moves. We just report the line moves. And that's what we do here on the Morning Steam Show officially, right? We're on top of this, on top of these moves, especially when we have Thomas Lewis in the chat. Okay, here we go, though, with the Cubs and the Guardians. Look, it's all about the baseball today. For the Cubs here in this one against the Guardians, Cubs have won 4 of their last 6 overall. Cleveland's lost 5 straight, but they have beaten the Cubs in 5 of the last 6 meetings, despite yesterday's final there. It was 5-2. The Cubs got the win over the Guardians. Keep that losing streak going there a little bit for the Guards. Cleveland's gone under in 8 straight road games right now, but Cubs have gone over in 8 of their last 12. 9 of the last 12 meetings between these two teams have gone under. Yesterday was obviously an under. The widely reported steam came in on the over, and like I said, gotta check the weather whenever we're talking Cubs baseball, right? So let's see what that what it's doing here, because of this total moving higher. Does suspect to me that the wind is blowing out somewhat. Just 4 to 6 miles an hour out to right field. Temperatures in the high low 80s to high 70s as the night progresses here in this one tonight. And man, that's a big price on Imanaga, but I'm going to take a favorite here, and I'm going to go with the Cubs as my pick here on the money line today at $1.55 or so. Maybe we can go to a sharp book, and now we can't. $1.55 would be the cheapest you can get out there. In fact, it would be $1.60 or higher. $1.60, $1.65 might be the price here on this one, but I'm going to take the favorite. Here in this one right now. The Cubs are, the Guardians are plus 1.5, minus 160. I look at these the way I give out the plays here on the show, right? Of course, I could be on the dog, but I'm just equating it. So I'll just take the Cubs on the money line. With even the problem here is Bybee on the road really isn't. Road numbers are poor for Bybee for sure. I didn't even talk about the pitching matchup too much here, but Bybee 3.9 ERA overall, Imanaga 2.54 ERA, and a 2.10 BABIP, one of the best BABIPs in the league here currently. Just 9 starts for the left-hander, and we know Cleveland against left-handed pitching also. I don't want to say 155, 160 is a discount price at all, but I'm going to take the Cubs. All right. Justin's got Kyle Tucker there. And Guardians here run line for Andrew. Thomas will take the Cubs here. Says, they've been hanging around in first place. And Cubs money line for NYC Bar. Cubs first 5 and full game for Jerry. Cubs for Abel. Lots of Cubs here. Everybody's with me, I think, in this one. Irish King, hello. He says he went with Arizona and Dodgers. A couple of SGPs last night. And Kelly's got some batting streaks here, it looks like. Cubs -1 for Robert. And he's also on the over. And look at these. 220 batting average for Cleveland on the road. No, against left-handers, yeah. Kelly says under in the Cubs move there. And look, the steam came in on the over. I think the Sharps are on the over, but I don't know if I can go over in this. I don't know if I'm going to do it. Oh, Nakashima didn't do it, huh? Oh, boy. is the final in here against Yunka Boo. Yeah, he won it by just 3 games there from yesterday, and we did lay those games there yesterday. We laid 6 games. You don't know if maybe the weather delay. They only had to play the one last set, but Young Kachetti Boo won that second set, so and he took it to a tie break in the third set. So all right, no problem. So had a pretty good day from that's really from yesterday, right? All right. Justin says I gotta learn to hit the lefties. Okay, I'm on the Cubs. Next up, it's going to be the Houston Astros and Hunter Brown taking on the Rockies and Austin Gomber. Now, Gomber struggled against some of these Houston bats. We know Brown, terrific numbers. Look, this seems obvious, right? You have Houston here all the way up to 265. I said the steam came in, but it really hasn't gone much higher than this price. Maybe it's 250 or 260 or so right now for Houston, but I don't know. They blew it again last night as far as the run line is concerned. They only won by 1 run. The Colorado Rockies kind of got they got the money. They got the run line. Brown has a 1.74 ERA, 0.88 WHIP, 242 BABIP, but still he's awesome. 8-3 record with the Astros going 12-4 with Brown on the mound. Gomber's made 3 starts, 6.14 ERA, 1.43 WHIP, 294 BABIP for the left-hander Gomber here. And they can't, give you much positive on so far with Gomber. Houston has beaten Colorado in 6 straight games. They've won 7 of their last 8. Colorado's lost 13 of their last 15 games at home. I want to try to find my way to the Rockies. I just can't do it. We're seeing right now people walking now out of the courtroom there in New York. 7 straight games between these two teams have gone under. That steam is obviously coming under. Colorado's gone under in 5 of their last 6, and Houston's gone under in 5 of their last 7. I think the Sharps actually want to take the over. You know what I always say, I know who the Sharps are on. So I don't know who they are. I don't know any Sharps myself other than you guys in the chat. But I do think that the sharper bettors will take the over. I'm pretty square, so I don't know if I can do it. I'll probably be on the under. Let's see what you got, though, here. And probably still going to take the I can't take the Astros on this run line. Man, the Rockies, they got that 1 run, right? They got that 1 run there in the bottom of the 9th inning to make it 6-5 there yesterday. Stayed under. Let's go to the chat in this one. Maybe Cash Kane is on the over here. Astros for a parlay for Thomas. Boy, it's good to have Thomas in here. These parlays are a problem. NYC Bar, Houston run line. And Jerry says that Hader, he comes in and, right. It's funny because Hader, he can blow up too sometimes. But, don't bring Hader in with a 3-run lead. You'll win by 1 run. He'll get him out in the end and then, woo, right? Here's Jerry says Houston and Brown, and then 7K is a little parlay action. Abel says Rays, Astros, Dodgers, parlay. Steve Fallow, great to see Steve in here. Great to see you again, Steve. He says Houston -1 will be his play here. And you know what Steve says? I think of his avatar every time I see him. I am not a cat. Who remembers I am not a cat guy from the pandemic? The I am not a cat lawyer. All right, man, I don't want to take these Astros here, even on the run line. I don't want to give me the under here with Houston and Colorado again. I have a sneaking feeling this game's going to land 11, but I'm going to take the under. Andrew says, Dory going to win the match here. That was a key break to go up 6-5 here. And is he serving for the match? Is that it? Gorky, good morning and hello. Thank you to Gorky for a great time last night there on the show. I know Mertens and Lee underway. I did give out Mertens as my pick with the sports money premiums. So maybe you can, join me there, a little free pick. And also, thank you as always, Thomas. Remembering back when I was up 60 units over there at Tony's picks. Also, here's Justin, just as says Myers over in his bases. Corky says he likes FAA today, and he also likes Rinderneck, I think is who he's saying there. I will say this, a little stat. Maybe I can bring a little bit of a stat in here. I don't know how you guys handicap your tennis. Maybe you don't, because I'm, me. I love to hand. He's got Rinderneck over Guerin. I know that he said, but FAA this season is. Let me get this straight here. I'm sorry. Oh no, Struff is 5-14 this season on the game spread.
Critical notice.
JLS and FAA playing. Okay, let's take a look here. And I think that's it for this one. Let's move on. We got 3 games left. And what we're doing is baseball pretty much today. I'll touch on the soccer and maybe give out some tennis as well. Thank you for joining me here on a Wednesday. We've got the Giants taking on the Diamondbacks with Landon Roop. He's on the mound for the Giants up against Merrill Kelly. Kelly going to be the favorite in this one. We said that steam came in on Arizona. They're up to $1.40, $1.45 or so total. 8.5 over, shaded to the over here for sure for Landon Roop. There he is. He's got a 3.43 ERA, 1.43 WHIP, 317. The batting average counts. Roop is 6-5 this season. Giants are 9-7 with Roop on the mound. Merrill Kelly is 7-4 with a 3.49 ERA, 265 BABIP, and just a 215 batting average against. That widely reported steam, man, really did move this line up. $1.45. Sometimes the sharps come in, and it's just, look, everyone was kind of talking about, everyone was talking about how the Giants offense has been struggling, but few were willing to kind of go on the Diamondbacks still in this series because they haven't been very sharp lately, but I have been on the Diamondbacks in this series, and, well, I might do it again. But let's look at some of the trends here. Maybe we can see what you guys are on. Giants have lost 7 of their last 8 games, and they've also lost 5 of their last 6 to Arizona. Arizona's lost 4 of their last 6 coming in, but Arizona and Giants have gone over in 5 of their last 7. Yeah, 5 of their last. Thank you. 5 of their last 7 matchups. Arizona's gone over in 6 of their last 7 at home. In this one, let's see what you got. I'm going to take Arizona here again. I've been taking them in this series. I'm going to take them again. Go to the chat here, and it's going to be Gorky here. He says Felix is a top 10 talent. Tell you one match I'm really looking forward today to. You've seen the talented player. I don't know if it's even talent. It was just a big story, right? For the young player. Let me see when that match starts. I want to talk about it just a second here today because it's going to be Alcaraz. Is it started yet? Yeah. He's already off to a pretty big start here against Oliver Tarvet of Great Britain. Oliver Tarvet, it goes to the University of San Diego, and he was an All-American, but he's a British citizen. He's up against Alcaraz today, and I'm sure that he won't be able to cover 8.5 games, but he did win that first match, and that was pretty awesome. the University of San Diego standout won his first match. Oh, and here's Rublev just having a typical Rublev breakdown here. What a miserable guy half the time. Come on, Rublev. I'm on Harris plus 5.5 against Rublev, of course. Okay, Diamondbacks at home. They could be waking up a little bit. Jerry says, "What are the best sites for tennis?" And I was talking about the other day. I said, our buddies over at Sports Chat Place. I think everybody knows I'm affiliated with Tony's Picks and with the Pick Dogs a little bit anyway. Or they're kind of tied in together a little bit, but I'm not a part of the Pick Dogs at all. They wouldn't dare have me there, even though we miss Mr. Wilson tremendously. I know Mr. Wilson wasn't. I don't know if he was. But anyway, I like the Sports Chat Place. If you want game spread records, I think game spread records. That's where I like to look. I like to look at the Sports Bet Network also for some great tennis trends. I like Tennis Abstract. I think the ratings on Tennis Abstract are pretty good. I love looking at the ELO. If you know what I'm talking about, go to Tennis Abstract, or maybe you can do a little Google search, or now I like to use Grok or Merlin or one of those AI, you can ask it anything. But, the information at Tennis Abstract, I think, is pretty good. Also, the ratings, the ELO ratings. I also use the Massey ratings for tennis. I like Massey ratings for tennis. And, of course, for the overall records between the two, I think Tennis Explorer is where I like to go. All right, Irish King says the Indiana Fever won the Commissioner's Cup last night. Thomas says, is he fading my Padres? All right, let me catch up here. Robert here in the first 5. And I think that might be it in this one I'm on Arizona. Got just a couple of more, man, then the show will be over. And this is what's been like, Thomas. We just have the baseball here. All right, here we go. A couple more. It's going to be the Royals and the Mariners tonight. Noah Cameron's going up against Logan Gilbert in this one. Gilbert has had a little bit of trouble with this anticipated lineup, but still, you got Gilbert here with a 3.55 ERA, 199 batting average against a 271. BABIP coming into this one. Noah Cameron has been terrific, a 279 ERA, just a 2-4 record. The Royals are 2-7 with this guy on the mound, despite a 1.0 WHIP, 183 batting average against, and a 197 BABIP. We'd put him in there in the good BABIPs too, but he's only got 9 starts here. But he's been pretty good. And Royals did it last night to Seattle for sure and got the win. The price is probably way too high here, right, to want to consider. Look, Seattle should win this game, but who wants to take him at $1.75? I don't know if I do. I think the Sharps are actually going to do it, but I got to take, Kansas City. They're minus 150 on the run line here. I'm going to take Kansas City on the run line in this one. I really like the total. So I'll take Kansas City plus a 1.5 at minus 150 as a free pick here, just because, look, I think the line's too high. Yes, Seattle has moved to 3 games over 500, and the Royals are now 6 games under 500. But look, Kansas City is just they're 2-8 in their last 10 games. They have gone 6-3 last 9 on the road. Seattle's won 10 of the last 12 at home against Kansas City, but that didn't help them yesterday. And you got a comparable starter here in Cameron. And the Seattle offense, Cal Raleigh's awesome. Why don't they shake up the offense a little bit? It feels like, there is some type of functionality problems. It feels like the offense should be better. 5 straight meetings between these two teams have gone over. Seattle's gone over in 5 of their last 6. Kansas City's gone under in 7 of their last 10. You'd have to think, come on. These two starting pitchers, pretty solid numbers, actually. So anyway, I'll go with Kansas City here on the run line at minus $1.50. All right. Jerry says Diddy's never getting out of jail. I just said I don't think he's going to do more than 2 years. In fact, I think there's a chance he walks. They're acquitted on the 3 most serious charges. But you maybe a couple. Remember, he's already served some time, and I'm going to estimate 2 years. I'm going to put it down on Kalshi. Thomas is on Kansas City, and here's Robert on the under. Seattle here for Robert, first 5. Abel says Mariners, first 5. We're going to go to the last game here, you guys. And let's go to the White Sox. And, it's not Burke, right? Thomas was just saying watch out for the pitcher debuts. I think is Burke getting an opener here today? Let me look at what's going on here. I think Burke is getting an opener. Let me check this real quick. This one was just some late information this morning as I was coming on the air. So let me see here for Isert, I believe, is getting the start. And let me see. I'm sure he's just an opener here in this one. He will be the opener. It's Brandon Isert getting the start, although the bulk pitcher, of course, will be Burke in this one. And in this game, everybody, this is going to be a special night for sure. Clayton Kershaw, just 3 strikeouts away from the 3,000 strike. He'll be the 20th pitcher with 3,000 strikeouts here tonight. Should he rack those up, and I'm sure he will. So this is going to be a big night for Clayton Kershaw. He'll be in there trying to get those 3,000 strikeout milestone. Why not go on his K prop? It might even be elevated, but they'll be looking to get those Ks racked up against this weak lineup here today. So it's still a big price, no doubt, minus 325. Probably hard again to want to lay it with the Dodgers now at minus $1.50, but they crushed them yesterday, and I'll take them again today. On the run line here, in fact, that price is even cheaper today. There a little bit, maybe because also, Kershaw, I think people are kind of waiting, thinking that he's not quite into form yet. I would say that he is. Right now, he's 4-0. 3.03 ERA, 2.32 batting average against the Dodgers, 6-2 with Kershaw. He's given up some runs, but like I said, 3 ERA. The Dodgers are 7-1 to the over with Kershaw on the mound, so they give him some run support. So I'm going to take Kershaw. I'm going to take him to get the Ks to go over 3,000 strikeouts. It'll be the 20th pitcher in Major League history when he does it here in the first couple of innings, I'm sure, today. The White Sox have gone under in 5 of their last 6. They've lost 13 of 18 overall. They've lost 5 straight to the Dodgers. Dodgers have won 7 of 8 coming in, 8 of their last 10 at home. Dodgers have gone under in 5 of their last 6. Get your plays in. The show is over. Thank you very much to Thomas Lewis today. Look, I can't be Thomas says the show is short. We just don't have many sports, Thomas. It's not that. And look, I can be selfish and say, Thomas, I want Thomas here running the show. I want my consensus picks back. I want to do my drawing with, even if we give away $4, I want to do my drawing with Thomas's consensus pick. Consensus picks have stopped like 3 days after Thomas left. And credit to some of the guys in the chat. Some of the days they put it on there, I don't even turn it on anymore. But if Thomas is here, we're going to start. And I think Thomas might be back because we're just a month away from some football, right? Robert's on the under here. Robert's on Seattle first 5. Mariners first 5 for Abel. And Abel says it's his special night. And, of course, it was Canada Day there for the Blue Jays. And Thomas says, after Isert, you do have Burke. Let me at least talk about it a little bit here, right, with Burke, because Isert has actually started 2 games this year for the White Sox. I don't think we've ever said his name on the show because I think he was named as an opener after we had gotten off the air. But he has a 4.33 ERA. But Burke comes in after that. Thomas is on the Dodgers here. Abel says Dodgers money line and Kershaw K prop is a single game parlay, and Pajes to get a hit. That'll give you a 3-teamer at plus 260. Andrew says, Tarvey, right? He looks pretty good, doesn't he, Andrew? What a story. Yesterday, I was reading the story from in the San Diego paper website about his play at the University of San Diego. Basically he was in the pandemic, back in the pandemic, and he was at the age where he was ready to go to college. He's from Great Britain, like I said, and San Diego recruited him during the pandemic, and they did hours worth of Zoom calls with him, and he couldn't tour the campus, guy from Great Britain, and looking for a place to go to school. And if you've ever been to the University of San Diego, it's a beautiful, it's a strange campus. It's at the top of a hill. I'm spitting all over the place. It's at the top of a hill, and it really is a beautiful campus. It's a Catholic campus and Catholic school, and really nice place, Alcala Park, with some great facilities. They probably could be better facilities, actually, but Jerry says Dodgers and under last night. And let's see here. Dodgers run line Yamamoto last night for Abel. I think that's it from the chat, you guys. I think that's it for the show. Thomas says, I've been here for a couple plays. Cubs and Angels run the contest, Ramon. We didn't turn it on, Thomas. I didn't turn it on where it accumulates guys there. And Brooksby, we lost to Brooksby now. Oh, man, maybe I'm back to splitting the plays here today. I took Brooksby plus 4.5. He didn't get it done, huh? Okay, that's it for the Morning Steam show. Thank you, everybody, for joining me here for a great day of baseball with all those games. Hey, we're only a half hour away, or maybe 45 minutes away. Andrew says, you got to talk about the games, Ramon. U.S. and Guatemala, Mexico and Honduras today, right? I kind of want to save those games and talk about them all. Please join me today, would you, on the Tony's Picks YouTube channel for the happy hour. That's where I want to cover the soccer a little bit today with Guatemala and U.S. There's not a lot of action. I need to save some info. Hopefully you guys are joining me over there anyways. That's where I'll talk about the soccer here tonight a little bit. Look, I'll tell you this. I mean, I know that these are big money lines, and I'd go ahead and maybe for my play here on the Morning Steam, I'll say that the favorites will win. I don't know if they'll cover a goal and a half, though, to be honest with you. But hope U.S. wins. They better not lose Guatemala. Same for Mexico tonight. That'd be a great – hey, who doesn't want to see Mexico and the United States in the CONCACAF in the Gold Cup final? The Gold Cup final, by the way, like I said, the semifinals are here tonight, and the Gold Cup final is in Houston. All right, Abel said, is this the West Up parlay? It's Dodgers, Mexico, and USA. Abel, that sounds West Up to me. All right, and Jerry says, does the draw? Yeah, a draw does cash with PKs. In fact, the draw. So, Jerry, most of the betting, a three-way betting, for example, now you can look on there and you can pick, of course, say, to win. You can say team to advance, and that'll take out everything and just say if they win in PKs, they win in PKs. If they win in regulation. But a draw is 90 minutes plus added time. Or the three-way, right? So, but there is a bet, team to advance. Eberg says, DK says 36 hours there on and suspended plays. Abel, why isn't it? I mean, look, Mexico's the home team in California. All right, that's going to do it here for the Morning Steam show. Let me see if I got some late tennis here for today. We'll get out of here. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. There's still, if you want to, there's still a dozen plays out there in tennis here today. So you can check out some of this action here. Plenty of matches still to come. I see Fonseca there. I see the match with Brooksby here. He loses by, I think he actually lost by 6 games there. So I went down to defeat with Brooksby against Fonseca. Thomas, you better be ready for this tennis card today is awesome. And I've got plenty of plays over there at Tony's Picks. I'm sorry, at winnable.com. Let me do a quick commercial. You can get more plays from me today, including more plays still to come on this tennis card. There are literally 16 matches that have not started yet at Wimbledon today, and we're on some of them here. Going off here real quick like. In fact, my play here on the show, I think this one starts in just a couple of minutes. I like Solana Sierra against Katie Bolter. Solana Sierra was incredible, wasn't she, in that first match? Look, I like Bolter too, but I'm going to give out a pick here right now, and I'm going to take Solana Sierra. If you saw her, you wonder how much power does she have in that game. I'm going to take Solana Sierra plus 5 games against Katie Bolter as a pick here on the show. Let me see if I got maybe one more here going on. I don't know if I do. Let me give that one out here on the show anyway. Consider going over and getting some of those picks with me and support me here on the channel. This is how you support me on the channel when you go to winnable.com/Ramon and subscribe. All right, that's going to do it. There's the address here. Go to winnable.com/Ramon, promo code STEAM. And I thought, Thomas, aren't you on the free? Aren't you on my complimentary? You should. I know you've been in there, and I thought I made Thomas a year-long subscription. I thought we'll fix it if it's not. Just to get Thomas back in the fold. Thomas held out, is what happened, and we're going to meet his terms. Harrison, thank you. Andrew, thank you. Thank you, everybody. We're just saying goodbye to everyone. Abel's, hey, we're going to have some fun with this one, too. Women's Euro is about to get going here in just a couple of days. So there'll be some awesome action from the Women's European Championships. Just saw that great final in the under 21 men, and now we're getting ready for Women's Euros here this weekend to get started and see who you got. You got England? Who's got England? Who's got England? Who's got Spain? Who else do you like in the Women's Euros? Am I down on Germany a little bit this time around? You gotta like you gotta like England, don't you? Who else do you like in the Women's Euros? All right. Okay, Thomas, you are getting them. Okay, great. That's all I was worried about. Okay, great. And Abel says Fox will have Finland and Iceland to get going. All right. I guess that's it. The comments are in. Thomas, you made my day by showing up. Yeah, I think everyone could tell I perked up when you arrived and got all excited. So thank you, sir. Even if it's just for a day or maybe you're back, I'm happy. Okay, that's going to do it for the show. Don't forget Mikey Money to join today, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 Pacific with pre-gaming. Mikey gets you ready for the primetime action. My information today is I will be on back. We're back with them. I know last week. You bet, buddy. We're going to be hanging out here soon. I know last week I said that I was going to be on the Nuke the House channel, and I never showed up, but we didn't do any shows. Remember the cards were really crummy last week, and I think I had the dates wrong maybe over there. But I'm on the Nuke the House channel tonight with Sean Fox Plays. So that's Sean's show. I'm just his partner there, making some picks, giving some updates, betting along with Sean Fox. So check me out, Nuke the House channel tonight at probably 6 p.m. Eastern, 4 Pacific, right around there when the baseball card gets kind of rolling. Join me on the Nuke the House channel here tonight for my live betting coverage, and tomorrow as well, even if I'll be on that channel over the next 2 days. I'm all Sports Money Network, but I'm subbing over there for Holden Kushner there. Thomas, yep, we're going to take Salon Sierra here as my play. I've took her plus 5 games, and thought maybe we could have another one here if I can find. I'd like to give out one more play before we go here, but I can't see. I got my notes there. Okay, here we go. I do have ADF over VDZ. Gorky, you out there? I'm going ADF over VDZ today. I've got Alexander Davidovich Fokina to win today over Botic Bandejenshlip. You know who he is, right? I'm going to take ADF minus 5.5 games as my other as my men's morning steam play here. So one play on the men's and women's side. All right, that'll do it for the show, and be back tomorrow. Thanks a lot, everybody. Thanks for joining me here on the morning steam, and for the Sports Money Network, I'm Ramon Scott.
Know what you thought? It's Ramon Scott running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice or might play a parlay. It's the morning steam. What? Ramon Scott. Sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money.